Understood that this is step-by-step process. What about the PDD and what about the step-by-step screenshots that we will take?
Vajrang, actually, we discussed that we will be attaching screenshot, but due to some time limit and the time we connected, we were not able to take the screenshot and attach here. So we will update this.
Okay. See, the problem what will happen is everyone will try to do one single work. Okay. And you will not be able to complete the project on time. That will be the issue with your team now because you together worked and you created only one thing with process flows and all. Is it right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So tomorrow you will say that okay, I since this is a business analyst, he is the one. So I business analyst will not have any work after the development. So what he will do? Okay.
Yeah.
Now how should you assign work so that everyone will work and the project also should be completed? Let's see that. Okay. Now for that everyone must have understanding about few basic things, and today we are going to discuss about RE framework. That is one basic thing that is very much important and that is mandatory to learn and understand. So let's go ahead and see. um, let's check with Bhageshri. Bhageshri, can you please share the screen?
Yes, sure.
So you're from which team?
I'm from Bhargav and Hemanta also.
Okay, so are you a tester or are you a developer?
I'm an analyst.
Analyst. So, okay. But for now, you're analyst. Let's go ahead and see what is RE framework because you two should understand what are the technicalities.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Okay. So here you go. So for every process to work, there should be one static activities that we are doing, one static steps of activities that we are doing. Is it right? For server creation, we are just first we need to download the Excel and we need to loop in the Excel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For bot locator use case, again, there is a different path. Is it right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So let's go. Let's understand. Let's see what is what. Okay. Now go to your PDD. Open the PDD that you have.
I have not created. I have this first the server creation which Satish has created
Open that.
because okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think this should be fine. Is there a step by step process for this? Just a second.
Yes. He has created the flow diagram using the task capture. Here is the diagram. One second. This is the diagram.
Okay. So now that you have a process, you're reading the customer data from the input file, data available in Excel, navigate to bots DNA, enter employee requirement details in the input field, create server as per the requirement, fetch the details. Now, can I see the step-by-step images?
Okay.
I think that's missing. So you need to create one more sheet to just do that because task
Okay.
capture actually creates that.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Actually, yesterday both the projects were, happening at the same time. So I wasn't present in this one. I was on the Lokita one. So Satish created this PDD. Yeah.
So just a second. So what you can do, create at the end, or create a new workbook or a new Word document, and then add the steps as a part of RE framework. Okay, just take a
Oh,
pause and create a new document, please. Hello.
okay, right now.
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead and do it.
Okay.
మీ బాబాయ్ వాళ్ళు శ్రామ్ ఉన్నారు కదా చిన్న వచ్చాను వెళ్ళిపోతున్నాను నేనే వెళ్ళిపోతున్నాను. Okay. Write four steps. Init, process, get transaction data, and end process. Or you can also edit it in the Teams notes. Okay. Even that you can use because that's the standard practice, right? Every team can work on single Teams notes.
Okay.
Open the Teams notes. Close this document. Open Teams notes. ఒక 20 minutes తర్వాత కాల్ చేస్తాము మొత్తం అయితే పడుకో చూస్తాం నేనే కలిసి ఒక్క 20 minutes పడుకుంటాం సార్ నేను చూస్తాను కాల్ బ్యాక్ చేస్తాను చూస్తాను. Okay, so okay, so can we have others also to create their own steps? So him, so Bhagya, just write
Yes.
your use case name
Okay.
right now, and
Kita.
yeah, and then add B, and then add the second use case.
Okay.
No, no, and next line.
Yeah.
Okay, leave it. Go to your locator use case. No, no. Okay, let me just give it for you. Okay, and then I'm sharing my screen. Let me know once you're able to see it. Share. Okay. Okay, fine, and close. So team 7 notes. So we are just writing the data. So instead of writing the data in straight like only step by step activities, we'll see what to write at what place. Okay. Can you see the screen, everyone?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Let me just add it. So okay, okay. So we have locator. So for locator use case, can you just do you have step by step, like what are the steps that you are writing? Do you have that with you? Like first we will do this, second we will do that.
Uh, mm, no, I haven't wrote the steps, but I can say to you right now if you want.
Okay, tell me. So for server and others, just go ahead and do it. Okay, let me just create one for you so that that will be in synchronous. So other than server, what are the next projects, please, we are working on?
Active loans.
Active loans, please for make it fast. Okay, next.
School.
Sorry,
School.
code.
School. School. School.
School. Okay.
School.
Yeah, next. Come on, guys.
Notary service. Notary services.
Services. Okay, next. Is that it? Okay. So everyone create their own step-by-step documents in their own places. So your team can help you out. You can do that. But what I want you to do is, yeah, Bhagya, let's start with locator. So first, what we should do? Bhagya, just tell me. I will type in.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, open the browser.
Open browser. Okay.
The- yeah, go to bots DNA
Now,
locator.
now you get to bots DNA locator. Okay.
Yeah, then open the Excel file.
Okay.
I mean, click on the Excel file. Yeah,
Download the Excel file.
and download the Excel file. Yeah,
Okay.
actually, sorry.
Uh-huh. Then
Yeah, and then we have to, select every customer name, and we have to add into the Excel sheet.
so you need to no. I think that's a different use case, right? Okay, locator. Okay.
Yeah, locator.
Okay. Let's just see with the locator as well. So bots DNA locator. Okay. So let's see this. So all you need to do is you need to upload the Excel, and then you need to see, filter out all the sheets based on the names, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So next thing that we need to do is let's do it for each row. Okay. For each row, like if there is Punjab National Bank, we'll first read the table for each and every row. Punjab National Bank. Okay, Brazil, go ahead and create Punjab National Bank. For Canada, go ahead and create Punjab National Bank with 4. And Egypt, let's go ahead and create Punjab National Bank 4. Is that your requirement? Right.
I was not going that way. I was, going every customer one by one, and for Brazil country only, and then updating into the Brazil Excel sheet, right? Then I was
Now,
again going for the Canada.
what if you don't know which location or which country name you need to do? Because if you just refresh it, there can be other
Yeah,
files: Australia, China,
yeah.
India, South
Excel.
Korea. Then how can you find out that this is the country and this is the sheet that you need to add?
But can't we?
Anyone can give any idea, please, on this?
Yeah, Vajrang, extract the country, one of the country name, and see that whether that exists in the page that is refreshed or not.
Because even
Just
the
a second.
customer
Find-
name is also changing.
Yeah, just a second. So see, for every refresh you are getting customer change, but the actual requirement is if okay, let's have this table, and once we have this table, if you have 4, if you read this data, if there is Australia is 0, then don't add it. Just take only single row. Okay. Now single row is your transaction item. It's not table. Okay, if I have Ford, okay, I have Ford here. I'll check with Australia for this row. In first column, I don't have any values. Second column, I have two values. So I'll copy Ford and I'll create. If there is no sheet, I will create a sheet called China. But if there is a sheet, I will just go ahead and add the values China, and then add.
Yeah, exactly. We can create the sheets in advance for every country.
That you may need to rethink. Okay, because if you just use append range, then what will exactly happen is it will automatically create.
Okay.
Okay, so here you can take two, then this is for China. So yeah, that's the coding knowledge you too should have as a business analyst, because you cannot just write the steps where developers will not give you only suggestions, because you also should have developer knowledge. You should know how to work with the activities and all.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you cannot just go ahead and give some random data, random points where developers will sit and work. Okay, so download
Hi
Excel.
Vajrang,
Yes.
Atul this side.
Mm.
So I just want to ask you one question, that how long we need to run this? Just like if we will refresh it, then we will get new data. If we'll refresh
for
it again.
every job you are running it. How long? In the sense, you need not refresh it every time. You need to take the table and work on the table. You need not refresh the table again, and you need not work like that. Your requirement will be static. Once you get the information, that is the static information that you need to work on.
Okay, thanks.
So when you are executing your bot, if you got this table, work only with this, or if you got this table, work only with this. No need to just refresh again, and you need not take all the tables. That's not required.
Okay, only first table.
Yes, whatever table you got it while you are refreshing, when you are logging in into this.
Okay, Vajrang, thanks.
Okay, so download the Excel, but that Excel also doesn't have any data. If you see customer name and locations, number of locations, other than this, do we have any other data in his?
No.
No,
So
we don't have.
Vajrang, I had a doubt here. Like, mm, if you are refreshing, let's say, I opened during the first one, I got one form, and during the second one, I would be getting the other form, right?
yeah.
So if we use the selectors also, it would be different, right? Like, there are multiple columns there.
Exactly.
In each form, there are different columns,
Yeah. So
different
that's
number
how.
of columns.
See, columns can be different, but the data will still be a table.
Okay.
Okay. So dynamically, you need to check how many columns are there, and using
Okay.
for each row, you can get every row.
Yeah.
In the
Sure.
same way, using for each column in a row, you can get number of columns.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Got
Okay.
it.
Just talk with your team, understand if there is a problem, then how to find the solution for it. Okay. Let's go with the steps. I think we are done with 30 minutes, so let's quickly do it. So download the Excel, but this Excel itself is not required if you ask me, right? So scrape data, scrape locator table. Okay, now for each row, what are we doing? What are we doing for each row?
Extract the
We
number of.
are, yeah, we are extracting customer name and
See, when we are extracting or when we scrape the locator table completely, there is no need to extract separate Ford.
oh yeah, 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 exactly. Sorry. Yeah, of course. We are
You are extracting the
extracting
complete table
everything.
already.
Complete table. Yeah, exactly. We are extracting complete
Why do
table.
you want to extract it? See, for each row, think in a bot perspective now. Now, how will a bot work on this? Okay, now the bot had each row. Now, bot focus will be on one row. It's not on 100 rows. Okay, For each row, uh, check for country names. Now you need to see for each country. In for each row, you need to see for each country. Okay, and for each country, if country count is greater than 0, then what we need to do?
Then we need to keep it.
Add company or customer name and count to country sheet. Is that it with what we are doing, or is there anything else that's there in your place? For
No,
each
Ajay.
row you are taking, for each country, like there can be any number of columns, right? Okay, for each
Yes.
country you are taking, and then if the country count is greater than 0 in that row, then add customer name and country to country sheet. So even this can be created dynamically. Okay, now here is the point. How many times are you scraping the locator table?
Only once.
For complete, if there are 1000 rows, but for the 1000 rows you are doing it only once, right?
Yes, Ajay.
Okay, let's go with UiPath once. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's go with RE framework. Guys, clearly hear and understand the process. So all your use cases falls into the same place, because everyone now should see how can you add your data in RE framework template. Okay, it's not like how like, okay, you write the complete code, and if you give it to someone, how will they know where things are happening and what's happening? Now let's open main workflow. So I'm taking an example and trying to explain you so that you will be able to easily understand, and you need to implement this for this for all the items. Okay, let me just confirm the recording. Okay, flashback. Yeah, this is getting recorded, don't worry. Okay, fine. Now here you go. In the initialization phase, okay, there are 4 states: initialization, get transaction data, process transaction data, and process. So the simple way how we need to understand this one is, whatever is repeating continuously should be there in the process state, because for each row you need to get country and sheet. After completing one row, should you go to another row and work on the same steps? Is it right or not? Again, if I want
Yes.
me to explain you. Okay, now you have a row. Okay, let's say that instead of bot locator use case, let's go with a different use case. Now background verification. Now the input is an Excel. Okay, employee documents that you can see. Okay, or else you can find these details in this Excel. Now after refreshing or after submitting, you can get some data. So there are 10 items. Okay, so you need to loop into the 10 items, right? You need to use for each loop and then click on submit, and then after completion of one item you need to go with the next item. Is it right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so now what is the transaction, or is this repeating continuously? Like, okay, read the Excel, read the employee ID, go to zip file, find the details and upload the zip file. So these steps are repeating continuously. Okay, so whatever the steps that we have which are repeating, those should go into process. So instead of for each row, this should go into process state, and all these will come next in the process. Okay, now there are 4 more steps that are available, so we need to segregate and see how we need to add these in the remaining places. Okay, so let's work with all the use cases and then let's see. Now, instead of for each row, what for each row will give me? Can you please tell? What for each row will give me from a table?
Data.
Complete row, or it will proceed with the transaction.
One single row or one single transaction item is what we will get.
One single row.
Okay, one single row. But what if we already have code for it? So in our RE framework, we have something called get transaction data. Okay, if you see that there are loops here. So after get transaction data, after completion of process, again for all the three items, go through get transaction data. For success and business rule exception, go to get transaction data. So if you complete one item, again you are fetching one more item here and you are looping it. So this is the for loop that you will use. Get an item, process, get an item, process, get an item, process. Till when? Till you don't have any data. Once you don't have any data, then end the process. Can you visualize how things will move on? Now in get transaction data, you will get one row. In process transaction data, you will do these steps. For each country, if the country is greater than 0, add customer name and country sheet. In this, you will have. Here you will use for each loop. And how many times will you download the or will you scrape the located table?
Only once.
Only once.
So can we add it in the initialization state, because that is the step where it should be completed before all the steps? Is it right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So these steps will go into initialization.
Your date will be implementing.
I didn't get your point. Can you please repeat that? So now if you see initialization, we have process we have. Okay, let's add end process. End process. So what should we do in end process? Should we just close Excel, send email and close Excel? Email with final sheet. So in the end process, why are we doing at the end process? Because after completing all the rows, then we need to send an email, final email with final list. Or are we planning to send for every row? That should not be done, right? For every sheet, we need to send one email at the end of the process after completing all the rows. Okay. Now, where will you write email code here? Guys, please unmute. You need to understand the process. You don't have any other option. Tell me.
Email will write in the end process itself, right? Like where we are sending the email.
Sorry, I literally am not able to hear you. Can you please speak a bit louder?
Yeah, I'm saying that send email code will be written in the end process itself, because after getting all the transaction items, we can send the email in the end process.
Great. Now we have something called for each row. So instead of for each row, we will be using a complete state. This is a state, get transaction data. So what this get transaction data will do, it will give me one row at a time or one transaction at a time. Okay. Now after we get one transaction, we will work on this transaction in the process. After completion of this process, get again a new transaction. After completion of transaction, complete again with the process. After completing all the items, go to end process and close. Send the email and close. Okay. Now, were you able to understand how your team will write the code? Guys, please.
Yes,
Yes, it is
Vijay.
clear.
In the
Yes.
process stage.
Not in the process state. See, complete RE framework, they will write a code. In complete RE framework, they will write a code.
Okay.
Okay. So now what we have done initially is we have listed down all the steps. Now we have segregated which code should go to which stage. Okay. So that's in the same way. Let's do. I'll keep my screen share open. Let's. If you have the step-by-step process, let's add the step-by-step process over here. Server, active loan, schools, notary services. Do it now. So business analyst from each team can go ahead and add it. I hope you have the step-by-step process as well, at least. Is it right by now? Leave out the PDD. Guys, are you doing that? Just message yes, no in the chat. I want every team should have their details updated over here. Val says, I'll share the recording. Should I call names to complete this? Okay, server team, who are available? Who's the business analyst for server team?
I am the business analyst.
Please.
Bhagyashri.
So now who is sharing the screen? Like locator use case, who is the business analyst?
I am the one.
Okay. So you're the business analyst
So
for
for the
two.
servers, Satish has created.
Okay.
So maybe he can help you out, or let me do it.
Okay, I will do on behalf of server team, Sindhura.
Yeah, please go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Everyone can edit the document if you understand. Okay, see one thing. Why are you writing step by steps? If you go into server 1 and click on enter and press tab, just type in something, some data, and then enter. It will automatically create. Who is this creating? Vicky. Go to initialization, press enter, and then press tab. It will take you to the next. Yeah, tab. Yeah, this is how you'll get. Okay, do it, everyone. Server team, I need init. For every team, I need init, get transaction data, or else you can just write the step-by-step process, then segregate it here. That should be fine. School, just add all the steps and then segregate it later if you already have it. Great. By the way, Bhagya, why are you placed in two? Like, is there anyone else who are finding this issue? Like, placed in two projects and not able to work with one team, other than Bhagya?
Ritesh here.
Yeah, Ritesh.
Anand also added me just for 1 or 2 days. Okay, so I'm means you just added me in the notary section, and he has added me.
See, work only on one project.
Okay, okay,
Okay, there is no need for you to work on multiple projects. There is first week we have written 4 projects, right?
right.
So what are the 4 projects that we are having? So expertise data.
5 projects.
Yeah, 5 projects, whatever it is. Project name, sheet 3. Where is that sheet?
Project name.
Yeah, project name. Yeah, here, see here, work only on these 5. Don't go with others. Okay, because the team might be changed, right? So we need to have locator, active loans, notaries, servers, and school. Only these 5 we need to work on right now. Chat. Teams.
So I should work with the one project right now, you're saying?
Yeah, only work with one project. Are you allocated to 2
Okay.
projects?
Yes, yes.
Let's
Server
check
and
that.
the locator.
Just complete it. Server and locator. Let's see about expertise data. Okay, Bhagya is allocated. So we have only 2 members. Okay, I got you. I got you. So Ritesh, for the next one, will get I think 2 projects. Others will get single project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, Bhagya is also getting 2 projects next week. Got it. And here, so since we have 3 or 5 projects, okay, only 3 members as business analysts, this is getting repeated. So Bhagya, what you can do is, yeah, you need to work on both. You don't have any other option.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. See, we are just trying to analyze in the organization how exactly you will try to work with multiple teams.
Yeah, I was taking in the same way only because obviously in organization I won't be having option
Exactly.
and the excuse that, yeah.
Someone is playing with J. Who is that J? J. John? John, what are you doing, John?
Just I was checking.
Okay. Expertise data. Okay, have we completed step-by-step process as per RE framework? We have 5 more minutes. Let's do it. Okay. Fine. How many of you are able to complete? Locator is done. I know that. Server? What's with server?
Yeah, it is done.
I'm not sure why are you not able to understand. If you click on this and then enter and tab, it will give you this option.
Okay.
Okay. So if you just tab, just add the values. Okay. Yeah. So try to work with the document. You also need to know how to do documentation. Okay. In the process, select numbering, then tab. End process, close tab. Okay. Okay. So you're saying that select process, select OS, select RAM, select hard disk size, capture server details, send email about the server details. So for every item, you're sending an email now. So can you see how you are segregating your steps? The steps are still same for everyone, but you just need to find out what is the correct place you need to write the data. Okay, so I think this is good, Sindura. Is this Sindura
Yes.
who updated? Great. So now let's see. Open browser, click on server, fetch transaction data. Now, clicking on server, fetching on transaction data. Do you need to download Excel sheet or not?
No,
Okay.
because it is the responsibility of the analyst or QA. They will only provide the test data for us, no?
I'm asking about the process. So server setup. Is this what you're telling?
Yes.
Now, for this server to be set up, you need to first download this Excel.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. You haven't written that, and your
Okay.
transaction item becomes rows in it. Request ID, employee at
Okay.
gmail.com. Understood?
Okay. So what you're trying to tell is the bot only does the downloading of the Excel.
Yeah, why not? Every time a business analyst cannot sit and give input for the bot, right?
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
that's it.
See, this is the thing that we need to understand. Understand the process first before you go into the code. Okay. Can you update it, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, active loans initialization. Let's correct it. Initialization. Okay. So, just try to learn how to do segregation of document. Correct it. Open get transaction data. Open. See, you will not open input Excel file in get transaction data. Okay. So who's the business analyst for this? Is it Purnima? Active loans. Who's the business analyst?
That's Shivasai.
Shivasai.
Shivasai. Shivasai, see, I think you need to understand how to segregate the code and how to write it. Now you will get one row at a time in from the Excel. So there is no need for you to open the Excel. You need to understand. Can you use just read range activity to read the data from Excel?
Okay.
Then why do you need open input Excel? Open the Excel. Why do you need that step?
Actually, I write that one.
Okay. And one more thing. Read account number and copy last digits of the account number. So you are saying that active loans you are going, and here you go. Can you go back? Active loans. Yeah. So you're checking with the last four digits, right?
Yes.
So you need to think on how to work. Okay, I got your point. Like you're just filtering out the data. But if you observe, the link actually has the loan number. Can you see at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whatever the Excel file that you have downloaded, that will have a, so this already has some input. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you just cancel, okay, so if you just search or see with this particular ID, like you need to filter or you need to create some dynamic URL such that till active loans it will be static, and dynamically we will add the loan number. Okay, and then .zip, so that will actually click here. Okay, and also one last thing that I will tell you while working on this. See, just you as a developer or as a business analyst or anything as an RP developer, you should not completely rely on your click activities or UI activities. For example, if I want to download this one, normally what do you think I'll do? Sorry, can you please unmute and talk, anyone?
You just click on that icon and you will save that.
Exactly. So how many of you will do the same? Just unmute and talk. See, there is no right or wrong. If you be silent now, then in the project, in your live projects while working, you will still be silent. Just talk. Any other way?
You can click and open the file.
Okay, for downloading, what is the step? What is that something that we will do?
Click, it will be on the on the taskbar, and we click. We can also right click and save as. After you click.
So I have one more activity or one more package called HTTP packages.
Request.
Yeah, that's a request that I can make. So if I know which file URL that I need to download, see, this is getting recorded, so just check what I'm doing. So again, this is for everyone. You should not rely on only click activities if there are any other options, because click may fail, the UI may change, right? But what if I go and I will give HTTP request? Okay, now I'll just click on OK, because here you need to see the properties. Enable. See, can you see the endpoint over here? So someone have said that even here you will click on this input file, right? Other than that, if you can just get the link, copy link address, do it some way. Okay, and if I just go ahead and add it in the endpoint, yeah, here you go with the endpoint. Exactly. So here we go, paste it and enter. Okay, so here we are giving the actual URL, how to where we need to download it, and here in the resources, resource path, data.xlsx. Okay, now if you just press on this and then debug the file, so what do you think it will happen?
It will down.
Instead of you manually downloading it, it will download the file and keep it as a resource for you. Okay, so if you want to download a zip file, if you have the zip URL, like I've said you, right, you need to just find out the exact URL, copy link address. See, again, you should not do this on right click, you should understand the structure. Okay, and here you go, how to do that. Now I can assign something, assign statement, and then here dynamic URL. Okay, so this is static value, and here I'm just giving out open advanced editor. So from here, okay, from here till this it is static value, and from here till zip this is static again, but whatever we have in between is dynamic. Is it right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so if I just change this particular input, then this will work. What if I just change it as a variable? Create a variable. This is Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
Yeah, thank you so much for waiting. So here, instead of static value, let's create a dynamic value called loan number. So that loan number, can we get it from Excel?
Yes.
Or whatever loan number that we are taking, we can get it from Excel, right? So instead of,
Yes.
so let's delete it. So if let's assume that I give something else. Okay, I'll just download this Excel, and for each row I'm doing, for each and every row, okay, I'll just copy and paste this one, and I'll give it in the loan number. Okay, so now this is dynamic, this code is completely dynamic, and if I want to download this zip file, I can go ahead and I can also change this instead of data.xlsx. So this is a zip file, right? If you see here, this is a zip file. Let's go ahead and give the zip file path. Here we have, this is, so can I just write loan number here, which is dynamic, plus
Yes.
dot zip. So every time I change this will download with that specific loan number. One thing, did we change the dynamic URL in the HTTP request? We didn't, right? So it's downloading again the same thing. So dynamic URL. One thing that I would like to explain you while we did this is, this actually downloaded a zip file. Can you see here?
Yes.
Yes.
But the thing is, this is not actually a zip file, this is an Excel file. Okay, so it will not verify whether this is an Excel file or whether this is a zip file. Whatever you give, it will download as per that particular name. Okay, so normally when you get an Excel, if you just go ahead and rename it, just see, right click. So Excel application itself will have multiple objects, right? So let's just rename it, show more options, properties. So change dot xlsx. Maybe we can just try to open it in Excel. Okay, just try to do that. But what exactly is happening is, you need to have the correct extension as well. So let's go ahead and debug it now, and let's see what we are getting. Okay, I just refresh. Okay, this is something different. Let's delete it. But this is the file that we have now, 2624. Okay, so do we have the details from here? We have all the details. Now if I want to download one more file, I need not go to bots.jn website. I can just go and make a HTTP request with the specific URL that I want. When I debug it, so now we have downloaded 64. When I change the loan number, we'll download a different file. Okay, so that's how you can download the files even without going into UI of the application. Okay, try to use this one rather than clicking on all the buttons. Okay, so can we close it for today, and can you create the process? Okay, now the question for solution architects, how are you assigning your work to the teams?
I must say that I was not really assigning yet Yeah, I could meet with the team only late in the day yesterday, and so I guess that we all had a look at what we could do on our own only. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. That's absolutely fine. Now, what we can do now is see, you need to segregate the work as a solution architect, or you need to segregate it to some team members. If you want to do all 4 projects at a time, then first project is not that easy for you. So just go with one project, then you can assign other projects to individual members. Brew, can you understand that? Individual developers.
Yes, I understand this, but I understand it from coding perspective, because regarding the business analyst, I think that there is simply one project to understand.
No. See, business analyst is just for the name, but again, everyone need to work on the project.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. They should also create some code if they want, and that's required because they need to know how to structure the project as well, right?
Yep. Okay. I'm with you now. All right. Yep.
So here, see, correct this one, please. Bot gen
So I
navigate.
guess, sorry, Wolfgang, but I guess that now what would be good is to dispatch the task about these four particular steps that are common to all projects.
Exactly.
One
Exactly.
one developer is
Or
going to
else,
work on
all the
initializing.
team can sit together and work on single code, where the code is at one place. Okay, if you cannot distribute the work now because you don't know which work you need to distribute, everyone can work on connect over screen share and work on single code, but that should be completed. You cannot delay it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yep, for tomorrow what I want is complete the PDDs and complete the SDDs, and or else what you can do, instead of PDD and SDD, now that you know the steps, go into the code and create the code. We can create PDD and SDD later. But were you able to understand what we have in the PDDs and PDDs? Like what are the steps that we have?
Yeah, actually, we know the content. That
Exactly.
what.
Content and
Yeah.
context. So don't rely only on PDD now. Go ahead and create your code. Start working on your code. One thing that
Yeah.
I would like to do, someone, can you please share the screen? And I would like to just add few details. I don't have GitHub with me right now. I need someone to share their screen, please. With GitHub access. I need someone with GitHub.
Okay, I'm doing.
Vamshi. Okay, thank you, Vamshi. Go to, oh, guys, do one. Vinith, I have already done it. Just wait, everyone, just wait. Vinith, go to, what's happening? Vinith, are you sharing? Yeah, great. Go to our project folder. Go to our folder. In your Explorer, go to Explorer. Explorer, please. Give me the access once. Give me the access. Yeah. Now, can we just open GitHub from your machine? GitHub desktop. Okay. So where do you have the repository? Okay, cannot do this. Vamshi, can you please share the screen? We need set your GitHub first.
Okay, I'm
Vamshi.
doing.
Open in
Okay.
Explorer. Yeah, show in Explorer. Okay, go to Vajrang folder. Okay, and then open team 7. So instead of week 1 calculator, create 4 more folders. New folder. Okay, 5 folders in that case. Do one thing. Just copy and
Okay.
paste one input file. Open calculator use case.
Okay.
Copy some dummy data. I just want this dummy data. Copy inputs Excel, inputs.xlsx. Yeah, copy that. Don't open it. So you are working like a solution architect where we are creating the folder structure and everything so that others can work. Okay, go back and paste, please. Yeah, go back to team 7 and then just add locator. I'll just tell the names, just rename the folder.
Okay.
Okay, just copy it and paste again. No, just copy it and paste again. Locator, copy it for 5 times. 5 times. Okay, now the second. Yeah, so what is the next one other than locator? Please, guys, please type in the chat or just tell the name. School. Active loans. Okay, active loans. Yeah, Mangesh, I'll take a session on RE framework. I just want you to understand what is the difficulty in working in this project. Then we will work.
Servers.
Yeah, servers. What is the next one?
Notaries.
Yeah, notary. Okay, got it. So we have all the 5 right now.
Yeah.
Okay, go to GitHub. Yes, commit the code, created folder structure, write in the description. In summary. Yep. Created folder structures. Okay, commit to main. Leave it for commit to main. Okay, make a pull request so that I can accept and others can access it. So work only in this folder, don't work on anything else. Did you push the code?
Yeah, I guess.
Push.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
we need
didn't
to
touch
push
it.
the origin. Okay, now go to GitHub and make a pull request. Create a new pull request. Go to pull request.
Choose different branches of folks to discuss.
Click on pull request, please. Yeah, create a new pull request. Okay, choose different branches and folks. So I think compare, you need to change it. Go, okay, do one thing. Go to your folder, your project repo. Click on fork. Click on fork. Yeah, now do a pull request. Okay, create a pull request. Just create a folder structure. Others, please, after committing, I will approve. Just confirm whether you are able to get all the things. Make an upstream and then fetch all the details. Yeah, just create a pull request. Yeah, let me just approve it for you. Okay. Question merge. Yes, everyone, please do a upstream. Go to your code. So Vamshi, you need not do any upstream. Can anyone else? Yeah, you can just fetch and merge. Yeah, this is the one you need to do. So now can you see? Okay, let's stop. Shivasai, can you share your screen, or Ambika, anyone else? I just need someone else to share their screen, just to make sure others understand how to make a pull fetch upstream. Okay, go to GitHub. Does GitHub browser? GitHub in browser. Browser.
Yeah. Yeah.
Open browser. Okay, I'm not sure Shivasai may be able to understand. Anyone else? I just need the browser URL.
I can do it.
Yeah, please do it, Amika.
Can you see my
Yeah.
screen?
Yes. Can you do fetch upstream? Can you see that there is a branch two commits ahead?
Fetch
Just
and
fetch and
merge.
merge. Yes. Okay. Scroll down and see if you can access Vajrang folder, and in Vajrang Team 7.
Vajram
Yeah.
folder.
Yeah. Vajrang.
Hmm.
Yes.
Team
Team 7.
7. They're in
Yes.
there.
So you have all the details, right? Everyone
Yes.
work in their own respective folders now. Go to your GitHub desktop, please. And make a full origin so that you will get the code in your local. Okay. Yep. Just click on fetch origin from the top.
Hang on.
So when you're fetching origin, you're checking for some changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to have 16 changes to be pulled in. Click on 16. Yep. Yes,
Last
that's
page
it.
will stop.
You have
Yeah.
that. Go to
Okay.
go to repository from the top, and repository from the top. Yeah, or show in Explorer. Now see Vajrang folder is available or not in your machine.
Yes.
Open and see for Team 7. Okay, now everyone will have their own folders to work on. All your team members, if you are locator, work on this locator folder only and make commits, make pull request. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, do that. Okay, that's it for today. I will share 2 days recordings today. I'm sorry, I was in a function in a marriage, so not able to do that. Today I'll do it for sure immediately.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vajra.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vajra.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.